I'm Gareth Vinsale for Golf Business, and we have Karim Awad, who is the CEO of EFG Holding, who's here in Dubai at the Dubai Marina. Can you tell us a bit more about what you're doing here? You're hosting quite a big conference here.
So this is the 19th edition of the EFG Hermes one-on-one conference. It's a conference that started from very humble beginnings a long time ago, and now we have a massive amount of investors and companies that are presenting here, around 220 companies and 252 financial institutions. And I think the timing of the conference is quite opportune, actually, because of the many changes with the tariff regime that the US has put together over the past 4 or 5 days. It gives both companies and investors a chance to sit together, engage in dialogue, and understand the ramifications of all those changes on them.
So before we get into the tariffs, I know that EFG has also been quite involved with helping a lot of companies here go public. Lots of big IPOs that you've had a hand in. Can you tell us a bit more about the involvement that EFG has had in the market here?
So we look at the UAE as our second home market. We have been in the UAE since 2002. We were one of the first investment banks to make a move here. This market has never ever disappointed us. On the contrary, it continues to impress us one year after the next. We finished 2024 as the number one player on the ECM Equity Capital Markets League table. We did a number of IPOs and accelerated book building transactions across the region, whether in Saudi or on DFM or on ADX. This is a core market for us, a core market for our growth strategy, and we could not be happier being here.
And what is your take on the state of IPOs in the GCC, especially going forward into 2025? Last year was a good year. Do you think that will continue into 25 and 26?
I think, put aside the events of the past 3 or 4 days, I think we had an extremely healthy pipeline as EFG coming into 2025 companies from a multitude of sectors looking for listing, whether on DFM, ADX, Tadawul, or on Kuwaiti Stock Exchange as well. And we see a lot of investor appetite, as is evidenced by the conference as well. They're all looking for opportunities from this region. It remains one of the most dynamic regions in the world today. So getting exposure through companies that are listed on the different exchanges is something that is top of mind for a lot of the investors across the globe today.
And let's get to the elephant in the room, which is Trump's tariffs.
Yes.
And the impact that is having. It's really unleashed a lot of fear into the markets over the last few days. Almost $6 trillion wiped off on American markets late last week. We had the Saudi stock market yesterday, which tumbled 7%. What are your thoughts on what is going on right now?
As you said, massive amount of fear, a lot of panic. And I think the thing that investors like the least, which is uncertainty. It is not only that the tariff regime is tough. It is also that no one is really sure where it will stop and whether this has ended or whether it will escalate, whether it will de-escalate. No one is really 100% sure. Having said that, I am not sure that the impact on the Gulf markets, with the exception, of course, of the movement in the oil prices, warrants all that amount of panic, especially that the amount of tariffs that has been slapped on the Arab world is not, to be honest, that big. Naturally, there is the worry about oil prices and the impact on oil prices, which is a legitimate worry. At the end of the day, it takes time for people to digest. It takes time for companies to digest the impact of these changes, and we'll see where it goes from here.
And the impact on your own home market, Egypt. Obviously, Egypt has gone through quite a few economic changes in recent years and recent months. The currency that floated recently. What do you see the impact being there?
So actually, for Egypt itself, we run a massive trade deficit with the US, as I think Mr. Rami Abou Negha, the deputy governor, was saying this morning. The one positive that I saw yesterday and that I'm actually quite impressed about is that yesterday was a clear example that the currency regime in Egypt is flexible and that it moves. Because yesterday the pound moved against the dollar, falling from I think 50.5 all the way to 51.35. In a clear example that the pound is flexible. There is very little intervention from the Central Bank of Egypt, if any. And this should give investors also a lot of confidence that the country is moving in the right direction. And this is why I keep saying that Egypt warrants a closer look from the international investor base more than any time within the past 4 years.
So getting back to the Egyptian market, you had a speech this morning in which you also spoke passionately about value. And you said that it's the right time to spin off a minority stake in the business and let it become a standalone listed entity. You've pegged the valuation at $300 million and noted that it has 750,000 users. Can you tell us about the significance of this move?
So, Value is a company that is very close to our hearts at EFG because we started it from scratch, and literally when we founded it, it was a company that BNPL was not even known in the Egyptian market. Credit goes to the management team at Value for that. The reason we undertook this move is that we continue to see a massive discrepancy between the valuation that the market gives us for this company through our own stock and where we see the valuation at today. And we felt that the only right way, we tried to explain it several times, that this company should be valued in a different way, that it has a massive intrinsic value. When we continue to see that the market cannot give us the proper credit for it, we thought that maybe the best way is to spin off a part of it, let it trade on the market. We got an independent financial advisor. They gave us a valuation for it of around $309 million. And hopefully it starts trading by June, and we'll see where the market takes it from there.
So let's just zoom out. I mean, EFG Holding has evolved significantly over the past decade as well. How do you see its role going forward in the MENA region and maybe beyond over the next 5 to 10 years as the financial sector evolves here?
We are quite ambitious as a management team. I think the evolution of EFG over the past decade is a testament to that ambition. We do not believe that we have done enough. We have a lot of aspirations for growing our business, specifically in the UAE and in Saudi Arabia. And also growing our product base through adding more products that we can distribute to our growing client base across the region. So I think we still have a long way to go, and I think we have the right people and the right infrastructure to get there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.